Check one, check two. We're here, man.
Deck one, deck two.
Yeah, get me. Back for another episode. This one.
Yeah, we've got the sponsors.
We've got a sponsor.
Acer Rum Liquor Glitter. Wait. You got to shake it up and you get me.
Boy, you know what? Big up for the creativity. I'm a bit shook. I'm not going to lie to you, fam. It's glitter, bro.
The colour is looking all
What's that, man?
Bro, glitter might not work.
It's an Apple thing still.
Glitter might not work with your intestines.
Listen, I had one yesterday. Nacho's video shoot. Banging.
All right. Is this one got
glitter
as well? This one got glitter in as well. They got glitter in both of them.
It's nice, man.
Anyway, big up Acer official.
Big up Acer.
Respect for passing through with this.
Yeah,
I will taste it, but I'm a bit skeptical. You get me? Anyway, back for another episode.
Episode 27.
Episode 27. And we've got some special guests in the building. I'll give them a quick intro, Carl. Give them the intro they deserve. For me, this sound here is definitely the most hungriest sound. They got what's come. They're gonna get a lot of stuff that's coming to them. They deserve a lot that's coming to them. Very hungry, very passionate about the music. So passionate, sometimes it gets taken out in different ways. We'll explain that in a bit. But very, very passionate. They also support everyone in the business. They're always out. They're always supporting, and they got a lot of things going for them. One of the top young shooters in the game right now is here. He learned a lot from his big brother. There's a member missing. Oh, 2 members missing. So yeah, people, welcome the one and only Sound Supreme. You get me? Sound Supreme in the building. We got Mr. G.
Wagwan people, what's happening?
And we got Junior G in the building.
What's going on?
All right, so we're missing Fire Smarts and Scratchy, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, I personally don't really know of Scratchy in the sound as much. I've never seen him out with you. Like, I've seen him like around and that, but I've never seen him in the sound. Is he actually like a DJ, or is he like just?
Yeah, he's a DJ, but I suppose where Sound Supreme's coming from in terms of foundation kind of thing, you know, that man has been, you know, a major part and a key player in kind of, you know, I suppose getting the initial team together, so to speak. Sick. You know what I mean? Because it was kind of, you know, me and him that knocked heads together, said, "Right, we need to bring in Smarts," you know what I mean? And then it was just through certain circumstances, man had to take certain steps a couple steps back from what was going on in terms of on the road at a certain time. So him playing his role kind of, you know, turned into a thing of he weren't really in a situation or a position to say, right, I'm going to go to every dance. You with me? So then we had to kind of relook at the thing and, you know, rejig certain things and kind of take a step back from it, to be honest. You with me? Yeah. And then, and it was more kind of like, I suppose the hunger kind of what I still had for it, knowing raw, we can go and shed dance and and then I've then got my brother who's now growing up and like taking an interest in it. It was a thing of like, raw, you know what? Man, let me get my brother on this thing. Be with me, but due to, you know, because he was so young, his age, I can't even bring him in certain places. Obviously, them time their ID weren't everywhere in certain places, man would know, man, and man can get through
and hustle.
But you get me. But then when you're going out to more the mainstream, you can't really roll yet. So what I used to do, I used to go out there and just anywhere I go, I just try and grab the mic. You know what I mean? And let people know, say, yo, Sound Supreme. But these times, I suppose I'm doing it almost with a confidence that my team, because Scratchy as a selector and as a juggler and even as a DJ on a whole, has been playing music probably from about the age of 9. You with me? But was into scratching, getting decks and all the rest of it. So when it comes to DJing and first mixing, you know, from vinyl and all them days before we got Beat Match on laptop and all of that, he was the man. You with me? In terms of as a youngster growing up, because me and him's the same age. So it was a thing of knowing that I got that as a team, I was moving kind of bossy. People might not necessarily know, my DJ is a bad boy DJ or rare. But I'm just coming out with the confidence. Like, if we get a booking in here, we will turn over this. You with me? Because I'm thinking, me on the mic and him playing the music, we can shell it. And this is before Junior could probably even, you know, was old enough to get in certain places. He was just starting out. You know what I mean?
I noticed that you got the confidence. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna get into it from early. Now, my first meeting of Sound Supreme, was in the Caribbean Weekender, and G came to bully off the set. But when I say bully, don't get it wrong. Don't take it wrong. It's not a bully thing. We use the word bully, but it's not no strong arm thing. But to be in this game, you got to be assertive. You got to put yourself forward. You got to stand up big and bossy, or you get swallowed up. We've spoke about this before, innit? That you get swallowed up in this game. But G's mad confident. But I've also got that. So we knock heads. I'm next to play. He's not even booked to play, but he want play next. He want play next. But you know what? This is the thing, yeah. This is the thing. We did definitely buck heads. Now, two stubborn grown men. You get me? He's doing his thing from his bits. He's not taking no bad up. I'm big man. I'm not taking no bad up. But the mutual respect happened instantly. We could see nobody was backing down. He said, "All right, bro, do your thing." But I didn't take it as a disrespect. I took it as that brother there wants this. You get what I'm saying? I didn't take offense. This brother wants this. He's not booked. He's coming. He wants. This is a good stage to be on. Fuck it, I'm taking that. You get me? So real recognize real, and I just spot that, and I see it from a distance. I see him going around, but he goes to every dance, shows his face, shows support to everyone. To me, that's the pinnacle of what man. That's the gusto that you need to be big in this game. Because some men have got skill, and some men have got links. But having the skill, the links, and the gusto, that's what you need, bro. You get what I'm saying? And so definitely, you be in the dance, grabbing the mic, you're on your ones. Sound Supreme's in the building. Nah, bro, that's it.
The full team.
That's it. Because if a man see him, in the dance, they will big him up. Sound Supreme. If they don't see him, he's coming to you and taking that mic and telling you Sound Supreme is in the building. Do you know how fucking sick that is, bro? That's something I've always rated. Like, I hope you lot, I don't know if I've said it to you or I've said it enough. To me, that's fucking bossy, and that's how you're supposed to do it. Style don't suit everyone. Not everybody.
Some man
don't do it. If you got
don't run it on this.
If you don't have the minerals to back how it may come across, because I'm sure you've rubbed a couple people up the wrong way doing
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Not intentionally.
Yeah. No, of course not.
As well.
Yeah, of course not.
But it's more as well. It's almost like wanting to kind of help to set the vibes. You get me? It's almost like the good nature in me. You with me? Like, it's almost like it's not all about the money where it hasn't been. You with me? Nowadays, if we've got bills to pay and then our things have. But when man's initially trying to kind of, I suppose, make that stamp on the industry, I was very willing to put myself out there and, like you said, go anywhere and scream Sound Supreme. You with me? Like, and try to also enhance the vibes of that environment. That is also obviously always the motto. And if people like it, then hopefully that's then going to do Sound Supreme justice, because then people are going to want to book us and whatever else.
Yeah, 100.
Because of the vibes and the energy.
100.
You know what I mean?
So when did Sound Supreme start? What year would you say Sound Supreme started?
If we're gonna say a year, then we've got to go with 2005, I believe. 2005. So it is, we've been out there a very long time, but prior to us starting, there's not really been a gap in, I suppose, music and being a part of a sound man, because my dad was a sound man, had a big sound system, Logic sound system, and I grew up around that. You with me? Same for Junior G, because as we're brothers, we've got the same father. You know what I mean? So it's something that is in my blood, like literally, in terms of like this music thing, and going to buy a laptop and just saying, you know what, I'm a DJ now, and I'm grabbing playlists off the man that's playing on the mainstream radio station. You understand? And saying, and going out there and saying, yeah, boom, this is me, this is my playlist. It's a lot deeper than that. You with me? In terms of like, so we're now in a position, I suppose, as even as a collective, where we're happy to play at 80th if it's that. You with me? We're happy to come to the christening and make sure everybody has a good time. You know what I mean? We're happy, and almost, if you like, where we're coming from, and I suppose the training we've had or what we've given ourselves is to entertain different age groups and you know what I mean, and family together and create that vibe before you get to the latest baddest tune that's mad in the room.
Of course.
You with me? Where so if I go into a party as well and a man's rushing the dance, it's like my blood starts boiling. It's
you're spoiling everything.
It's so deep as well. I can't go nowhere and not think about what the DJ is doing. Like,
I know what you mean.
If I'm in a dance or I'm rare, it's very hard for me to be somewhere and just
enjoy the party.
Because
your other air, your other
DJ
air
head on.
always
trust me. Unless the man, maybe if the man's shelling, I say, my man's shelling. And I get into the vibes, you get me? But until that point, until my man's doing what I think he should be doing, it's like my head just on what the DJ is doing. You with me? Like people, I'm not even chatting to people. I'm in the dance.
But that happens.
Really thinking, what's wrong with him?
That happens because you can't hear you hear it where people hear music. We hear mixing. We hear transitions.
Exactly.
We hear like
why are you playing that after that?
Why are you playing this?
Like
it's mad. It's mad for us still.
So it's mad. It's mad. So because it's in me like that as well. It's anywhere man go. It's wanting to. And then if the DJ ain't going on with nothing, I think, let me go and tell him 5 tunes or something in a row. And at that point, I want to take the mic for a minute. And I might help him out and put him in a bit of a direction. But I'm saying, now we got to play. Then I'm ringing Junior saying, yo, come man, you got to come link me with the laptop now. Bring the controller.
What? No, this ain't even a booking for you. This is just you just...
But I'm saying,
you just want the people to enjoy themselves in this party.
Exactly. But it's more, that would be more of a family thing. Or you go in there, the promoter, I forgot about you, man. Rare, what? You don't want to play? I'm going to sort you out a little rare. And then sometimes I'll take the little rare because man want to get the name out there. You with me? If it's going to cover a man's expenses to some extent, and there's definitely been a time when man will be, like now, obviously, man's trying to get, I suppose, so busy and almost on demand, where man is now at a stage, and obviously, if it don't make sense me leaving my house, it's like, what am I doing? But I've put in a hell of a lot of work
to get to that stage.
To get to that stage, you with me?
That's the important part, because enough man forget that the groundwork is important. For me, for your name to be recognised, for man to trust you. All right, boom, let me book Sound Supreme, because they're gonna come and do a good job. That you gotta put a lot of groundwork to get that. You get what I'm saying? So initially, you gotta do the free bookings. You gotta get your name out there. You gotta kind of push your head through the door, like kick off the door, and like, brother, I'm here. Once you do that, then you start saying, boy, hear what I'm saying? That free thing.
It's got to make sense, innit?
Yeah, it's got to make sense.
We said many a times that it's got to make sense, innit? There's no point in me running in over there and then. It don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
All right, boom. So as I said, I admire that. As I said, it's not for everyone, but I admire that, and I noticed it. At first, I was a little bit standoffish, like, who's this brother? You know what I'm saying? Like. But as I said, I didn't take offense because I seen that, and that episode when I was telling about me like badding up, like I'm next, like, and that's it. Because you got to do that sometimes. You got to.
I think I've even seen that.
Because if you don't do that, you will always be at the bottom of the pecking order. So you got to kind of sometimes you just got to let them know I'm ready. You get what I'm saying? All right, boom. So I think that was a time before Junior G. Now, Junior G, what year did you start in the sound?
I started back in the sound about 2011 now.
2011. So, okay, cool. So and you was young when you started?
Yeah, like young, like 15, 16, them times. So, like, the journey's been mad still.
When you first come, I remember seeing you, but I was thinking, raw, this brother's young. And what I admire about you, this is probably the sound man in the blood thing, is that you didn't play like a 15-year-old. You get what I'm saying? 15-year-olds
or even a young DJ.
They play fast. They play rush the thing. They don't have a foundation. So the old tunes, they play it funny. But you seem to have had it. I'm like, this you little you. There's a couple little youths that do it. You, Loyal Squad, what's his name? Capone. There's a couple, I can't remember. There's some other youngsters that like that
just know how to
just work the thing properly. Like they got good schooling.
Come from
you know what I'm saying?
Still, there's a lot of man out there doing their thing right.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely. But to join a sound with older people, remember being young on your own, doing your thing, cool. Take it how you take it. But to join the big boys, and to remember your bookings are now big boy bookings.
100%.
You're not in the young man crowd. You're not. You're 15 entertaining 30-year-olds. You got to come correct, brother. You get what I'm saying? But what I will say is, as much as you brought as much as you're not a smiley, whatever, like you're not like, but you brought a nice energy to Sound Supreme.
Nah,
You get what I'm saying? You got your mad, like, you know what? I don't. This is gonna sound gay, bro. But like, this is gonna sound gay. I don't mean it to sound gay. I don't know another way of saying it. If a man can help me, but like, no, I'm not even gonna say it.
What? You can't stop now.
What? He's a nice boy.
No, I was gonna say, you know, like cute, but not like in looking.
No,
not
I know what
looks,
you mean.
But like,
he's got a nice aura.
Yeah, his aura's nice. He's like, wow, like I feel like his big brother.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I'm like, we saying, brother, you good. He's got a nice energy. He smiles. He shows all the man them rating. Like, I got enough time for him. You know what I'm saying? And that's a wicked energy because this brother here,
love.
He's got aggying up the place.
So
his approach is different.
A man will see him and be like, bro, like I'm cool. But a man might see him and be like, oh no, that's that guy. That's that guy. But then you just smiley and nice and show man love and always spudding man and that there, I rate the balance is sick. You get what I'm saying? So you two together, I think over the last couple of years, you lot have balanced out you found a wicked balance. And I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like, say, from about 2014 up to now, or maybe 2015 up to now, you lot have like kind of found your space. And you're just working on that and just building on that. Where before, the hustle and just trying to do anything to get the name out. You get what I'm saying?
100%. And I suppose as well, it's just a part of, I suppose, where we've been as well in terms of, I suppose, in this game, almost like the thing you almost value the most, or you have to value the most because you're doing it for the people, is the feedback. And when you then get that feedback and you kind of listen back to even a recording or whatever, a lot of them ain't even out there on the road because we're so fussy in particular. A lot of them don't even almost get released. You with me? We need to do some more of that releasing because majority of sets we record. And when you're kind of getting that positive feedback back from people, and when you know as well, if the truth be told, you haven't marketed yourself in the way that you potentially could. You with me? Because you could tighten up a lot of things. You with me? A lot of things. The website could be a bit better. You could have more business cards. You could maybe have a banner. Anything you go, because obviously we've got sound as well. You with me? So anywhere we go, we could have a banner, letting people know, say, yo, it's us in there and all the rest of it. There's certain more advertising that we could do. When you know that you're solely out there off of literally just word of mouth and reputation, and you're out every week as well. Like we go through periods where we are out every week. Like even sometimes the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday.
Long hours.
You with me?
Mad long
and
hours.
so it's almost like when you're getting that as well, and you got the consistency coming through the door, and you know you haven't done technically what you could be doing. It almost humbles you as well in a sense. You with me?
You know that the work you put in is good enough, even though you can do more.
100%. 100%. And then it's like, you know, it's difficult, man. It's like, you know, it's difficult, but obviously because you kind of got such a passion for it, man, just out here just doing the thing, innit?
No, I respect that, man. Now I will say, at first, part of me was like, I can't place Sound Supreme. See, I like to keep things honest. When I started putting on events, I can't place Sound Supreme. I know what they want. I don't know where I want to put them. Then I did my silent disco and I booked them. And they shut it down. Duppy, I can't remember who was playing, but like my silent disco was a clash. You get what I'm saying? Red team versus the blue team. And the first, I can't remember what team it was on. But they come and they shut it down. And whoever they were playing, no disrespect, because they're my guys as well. But they,
you don't remember?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
It was the first one. It was the first one.
Like we done couple silent.
No, yeah.
Couple.
I can't remember the first one. I can't remember the first one. Like, but literally, they duppied the whole thing. They were the only sound that night, or the only team that night that clearly won.
Okay.
Everywhere else was
like debating.
Yeah, there was clearly one. It was a sea of red or whatever team they were. I said
it was a mad thing still.
they got to come back here. So we did maybe 10 silent discos, and they were booked the most. Like we booked them more than any other sound.
Yeah.
Because the energy, like, is sick, bro. It's sick. Then I thought, okay, I can place them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can see it now. I couldn't see. I didn't know where it was. But you have to catch because I didn't see them play out.
Yeah, it's a big thing in this game. It's a big thing.
Yeah,
you with me because it's the same thing like what you're saying. I can go and almost like demand and move like, I want to get involved in the vibes and rare. But even if that promoter or whatever don't see the collective, because remember, if I'm pushing in, I'm screaming Sound Supreme, right? And yes, I might be doing my thing on the mic, but I might have some joke man DJ hit you before they know. They ain't seen the package, so to speak. So as well, part of all of this kind of, I suppose, being rated in the game to a certain extent, it's almost like as well, luck of the draw of kind of who's kind of seen you out that's doing big dances as well, in a sense. Because if you're a big promoter, you go somewhere and you're in the dance and you just so happen to get the prime time set. And you know one of them sets, there's a difference as well. This what like, when I say when you get one of them primetime sets, you know one of them ones where every man's getting told what to play in what genre. So you've got an open battlefield basically. Whatever you play basically, when it's bashment time, if no one else ain't got near new bashment and that dance is around and people been waiting for it, when you play your set, you're not underrating what man does, but you've got an open battlefield almost like where you can let off anything you want to let off and any banger and it's going to go down a tree. If the right person's in that room at the time while you do that, or, when I say the right person, someone that might be doing, big things out there in the industry in terms of, getting numbers, willing to pay their DJs a good wage and all the rest of it. If that person's there and they enjoy that vibes and that energy, that could potentially put you on the map.
100. Because you never know who you're performing to.
Exactly.
And that's why you got to stay 100 all the time.
Yeah.
There you go. You got to stay 100 all the time.
There you go. Man's standards are seriously higher. You with me? Like, me and Junior G will clash over it, especially over the years, because any little thing as well. And like I said, like you said it before, he's coming into places and playing where I might be trying to get in with you as a promoter for the last 5 years. He don't know it. He's only just come on the road. You with me? But I've been trying to sweep you up for the last 5 years, and you think we're gonna go in there and flop this booking? Like,
you know what's riding with this.
Exactly.
You know what's on the line with this.
So then I suppose what's then happened as well over the years, he's then almost become me, but worse. You with me? So even if he does a mix CD or whatever, then man, they'll be racking his brain on the mix CD to get it right and to make sure it's flowing. No, I need to redo that bit. I just listened to it. That sounded mad. But nah, he wants to redo it because that ain't flowing with that. And I'm just thinking, and tutus, by the time it's time to put it on the road, it's almost like that's not even relevant again. You get why it's not as new as it was because man is such perfectionist. You with me?
I will say, Sound Supreme, SoundCloud, bangs. Sound Supreme, SoundCloud, bangs. Real spit, bro. Listen, I'm a SoundCloud don, yeah. I haven't put stuff on SoundCloud for a minute, but their SoundCloud bangs. You got a guest mix on West Side. Is it West Side? Guest mix on West Side.
Chris Sutter.
Aye. Mad mix. I banged that. I had to repost it. I don't often repost, I've reposted a good couple of your
respect for that, and that goes a long way.
Brother, repost on
I see
on your SoundCloud.
He's been promoting. He's been promoting the SoundCloud.
Yeah. My SoundCloud, I take it. Listen, my SoundCloud,
it's my own repost.
Yeah. My SoundCloud.
I repost stuff I'm on.
Yeah, my SoundCloud was my way in. Like I was doing my thing, and I was like, "Wow, you know what? I'm just gonna bang out mixes, and all my mixes are gonna be clean." So they can play in the car with the youths there. I got my own youths.
That's the thing.
So boom, started.
Always having this conversation. Even
I'm a raw man still.
Yeah.
But it depends how you're rolling.
I'm a raw man.
I want my mix to never come out your CD player. That's my vision. And if you got youths, it won't come out.
Especially CD time as well. This is before they got the Apple Music and all of that. Like, this is before that.
And if you got youths, it's not supposed to come out. And secondly, if it's good enough, even if they're in the car, they're still listening to it. You know what I'm saying? So you got best of both worlds. So that was my claim. So my SoundCloud thing started popping. Like that's where I got my people listening to my thing every day. My numbers were good. I'm like, right, you know what? People trust me. Yeah. So I don't repost. I don't repost him for friends, bro. I'm reposting because they trust me. So if I'm saying this mix is heavy, then the people that trust my thing will go over there. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So it's got to be certain.
It's got to be certain. And there's only a handful of people that I'm reposting. And I was listening to your mix and I'm thinking, oh my days. I reposted it. Then I listened to a next one. I can't remember, man. I even tweeted about it. You know what I'm like.
You don't even tweet,
bro. Like this Sound Supreme mix is hard. You get me? And that's real. That's not no bridging thing. You get what I'm saying? So you're the one doing that, yeah?
100%. 100%.
Bro, stick to it. Yeah? And don't sleep on it. I tell you something, mixes are long. They're tedious, but don't sleep on it, bro. I'm gonna show you this, bro. Look, this is real. This is real. Look, this is real life, yeah. I got this DM. Yeah, I got this DM. Yeah, they got this DM.
Pulling out the phone live.
The girl's gone, but this one here, this girl here. Well, listen to what their mix they're playing. This girl's just doing her thing. Never, I don't even know her. It's gone. In the background, Ceesix. I said, bro, I've never seen this girl. She's playing my mix, and this is an old mix. This is like 3 or 4 years old. It's just being played.
It goes a long way. It's a worldwide thing.
You get what I'm saying? So never sleep on that.
You got the people streaming still.
You keep doing your thing, but
It's a worldwide thing.
Can I ask though? How did you not get your name? So like, Sound Supreme.
That was between me and Sketchy.
No, but like, what made you come up with that particular name?
Because of
when
we was thinking of the name, a big part of the name and a big back of the movement was going to be sound system.
Okay.
So the sound system was meant to be so full equipment, bass bins, like the full 9, ready to go carnival, them kind of way.
Okay, big sound.
Like, you know, carnival, you know, we can rock the road and make history. You with me? That was kind of as well part of the incentive. Because again, you know, Scratchy's very, very passionate about sound system even now. You with me? Like, that's something that he still wants to do. So in terms of even the Sound Supreme movement, behind the scenes, that's part of the business that he's, you know, kind of taking care of. And, you know, in good time, maybe we'll get it out there. But initially, my energy was almost like, we need to build a name almost on the road, because this is where man want to be in terms of shelling down dances. And, you know, man might be able to do 2, 3 in a night. You with me? You do that every weekend, you know what I mean? You with me? So it was almost like, for me, that was almost the role that I was taking on in terms of almost street work, promo, get the name out there. You with me? And in the meantime, we built sound. We bought a whole heap of equipment and done certain things with sound, but initially my heart weren't really in it, because for me, you need to have some real spare dough for that, because even the sound system, you know, that my dad had up until when they got rid of it, they spent like, you know, back in the day, I'm
racks,
talking
bro.
Racks, like, you know, we're talking, you know, 100K plus and all of that, and that's back in the day.
Yeah.
You with me? And then tutus, because this man's invested and sound man passa. You with me? Everything mash up before we then create Sound Supreme. Boom, man ain't got nothing to start with. You with me? These times as well, you know, I say it on camera as well, because I'm not shy with my dad's generation. But them, man, they were a little bit, almost like they didn't see the vision of the younger generation.
Okay, yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Like, you know, there's
like
10 years between
bringing
me
in
and my
the
brother.
youngers, and they didn't really.
There's 10 years between me and my brother. Part of the energy that I have is to pave a certain path for him as well.
Yeah.
Because I know even if I'm too old and I'm rare, or even if he can go half the places that I went to by the time I'm his age, you with me, and do the things that if someone was almost half out there, kind of running half the race for me a little bit. You get me? To help me get down the track a bit. You get me? Maybe
pass the baton on. You're just passing the baton.
You understand?
Relating.
So that's kind of where a lot of my energy comes from as well. Knowing that there's a younger there, almost like, you know, ready to mad up anyone's thing, but at the same time, shave 10 years off of me, and you can live that right now with a certain, you know, aura and a certain amount of respect for what he does, so to speak. You with me?
Yeah,
when I was that age, no one really respected what I got to bring to the table. But for my dad's generation and that, the bigger man them, they didn't really see that. I felt like that was part of, you know, the reason why certain things
they like to
didn't work
lock
out.
things and hold it and think
Yeah,
that
I'm big man, you know. I'm big man things. I went out that, but these times,
not gonna last forever, blood.
you understand? And you can see man's coming up. So if you think to yourself, right, you know what? A man's taking an interest in the thing, you know. Man's going weekenders in the back of the truck and all them something there, because there's no seat for man. Man's going 3-hour drives in the back of the, you get me? And
give him a shot. Give him a chance.
Them man, they can see man's into it, and boy, every dance man's warming up, playing the vinyls, and you get me? I'm in the yard, I'm playing dad's vinyls and trying to put them back without him noticing and slip it back in the sleeve the same way and that. You with me?
Remember
so
the
man had it in,
Concord,
man.
the Concord, they're them ones there, like, don't touch the Concord.
It's
peak.
It's a real thing in terms of, you know, where the love comes from and I suppose the drive. You with me? But the older generation, I'm not gonna lie, I was cussing them, especially, you know, my dad and his brothers. I tell any one of them to their
Oh yeah, man, the older generation definitely missed the trick with bringing in the youngsters, and the sounds them that did are still relevant to today because they could have all done it.
100%.
If they done, my dad was in a sound. My dad had a big sound in Brixton. Sound dead, but I'm here. I'm here, blood.
Yeah, how does the sound die when you have
I'm here, blood.
the children around that
Bro,
are
I'm
willing
supposed to be. That sound's supposed to be shelling, and I'm the new selector.
You know that, innit?
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then my son is. He want a DJ as well, so I can teach him. And guess what? That sound's supposed to live on again.
There you go.
But it is what it is. You get me? It is what it is.
All
right, guys, listen. Let's talk about this year. How has the whole COVID lockdown, dances being cut, how has that affected you as a DJ or a sound? And what have you done to keep yourself relevant and keep yourself active? Like, I'm gonna put that to you. There's an energy drink in there if you want it. You good?
I'm good still. Just been doing like Instagram lives, you know. That's like keeping the followers, the people that want to see us out in the club, so they can't see us. Just giving them lives on a Sunday, weekday lives. There's been a couple of mix CDs that I've dropped. We've done 1 or 2 like live link ups. So yeah, man, it's been tough. Like no clubs.
Yeah.
It's difficult times. Like there's a lot of DJs that they just independently live off just DJing.
But I'm telling you, it's mad.
They have to pay their rent. So yeah, literally. Other than that, I don't know how's things been with you.
Bro, you know what? I've just thought, fuck it. I did a couple lives, but fuck it. I'm just wait. I'm just gonna wait. When it opens back up, it opens back up. You get what I'm saying? But I've done my thing. I paid my dues to the game. You get what I'm saying? So it's for this whole Insta live and trying to keep, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like I've done enough to always be relevant. As long as I'm active, I should be relevant. That's my...
even if it's not musically, you mean?
No, like, I mean, as a DJ, as long as I'm active as a DJ, like, I don't feel like I have to put the same amount of work. It's probably mad arrogant of me. You get what I'm saying? Like, the hunger that I had before...
out there to say you do.
I had so much hunger before that I would... If this happened, say this happened in 2012...
You'd have been going mad.
Fam, I'd have been on it. I'd have
come
come
on every day.
I'd have been on... And if there
Daily
wasn't...
life.
I'd have been on live... I'd have been on fucking... back in then, I'd have been making CDs and sending them to your yard.
yeah,
Like
I know what you're talking about.
I would have been... There would have been
about.
something. I'd have been DJing off my balcony. And you get me? Like, I would be in all the block parties. I'd have been on everything. But I feel like where I am today, I'm cool with that. I'm going to let the other people do that. Because this has interrupted some man's journey. Yeah. So I prefer them to continue their journey and stop me, rather than me trying to. There's only so many Insta live people can watch.
100%.
So you know what? Go over there, listen to them, man. Like you get me? Like them, man. They got their mixes. Listen to them, man, because this is their journey. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
And you as a young, like, don't ever be disheartened. Like, this time is sticky, but you keep doing your thing. If you're on your live and there's 10 people, just know that's 10 people more than that are appreciating what you're doing. You get me? Stay focused. I keep trying to tell all the youngsters.
No, 100%.
Stay focused.
The mad thing, I like only recently I realized I've done a couple of radio shows, but the live thing, obviously now they let you post it on your page. People actually go back and watch it. Like I've had lives where it's got. I ain't promoted it, so I've just gone on radio, thrown it up, and I've got 5 people in there, let's just say, watching. But 3 hours, 4 or 5 hours later, a couple of days, I'm seeing 200 views. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of mad that I didn't even expect that. I thought, right, I'm just gonna stay on 5. I'm gonna get deleted. You get me? I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it a couple days later. I'm gonna say, what? 5 people still there? But I didn't know people actually go back on your page, view the thing. You get me? So it is kind of a. A way in and a way to keep things going.
100%.
You get me?
100%.
This is a time for creativity. You need to now start saying to yourself, what can Sound Supreme do now? What can we do now? So you look at everything around you and you decide what you can do now. So as you said, link ups or whatever, you might say, right, you know what, I'm going to make a mix CD every day and drop it. A 20-minute mix every single day. It might sound excessive to some, but some people are going to need that. You get me? Or I'm going to do a mix a week or whatever. Like, you're supposed to be able to grow through this through this time. You get me? And learn from it.
100%.
So, what I want to know, obviously, Fire Smarts ain't here. Tell me a bit about him and his role within the sound.
Boy, Fire Smarts. Where
Fire
that start?
Smarts.
He's a character.
He should have been
Definitely.
there. He should have
Definitely.
been there.
You'd have the camera.
Both of them should have been there.
Definitely.
He should be here still. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. Last night yesterday we did speak to him still, and he's not too well. He sounded genuinely ill. So the sick note, I signed it out.
Big up Smarts.
Big up Fire Smarts.
Yeah. So
But his role, to be honest, he's definitely a DJ and a selector. That's what that first and foremost. That's what he is.
That's production as
Host
well,
you with me?
producing.
But he brings so much more to the table in terms of, like you just said, the cameraman thing. So at first, for a good period of time, he's rolling around with a big camera and was pushing certain videos and Sound Supreme TV and all the rest of it. And he would still come, still play, still hold mic, but also capture a video as well. You with me? So he's like the multitasker. You with me? And still be at home billing beats as well and producing and have his little studio set up and then be writing bars and spitting bars. But again, sound man in the blood from Foundation. So initially, that's obviously what we had in common in terms of he was more around Scratchy at the time. You with me? And obviously because then the three of us kind of, he's always been my brethren from a long time, but in terms of music, it was almost like we're two groups of brethren. I'm with my brethren, my next brethren, Grief, big up Grief. He was DJing at the time. He then more went house and garage kind of way. We'll still play Bashment and all the rest of it, but weren't kind of invested in that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that, but I'm looking at Scratchy and them man over there with the next thing called Mega Bass with Liver and Ace and them man. Enough man wouldn't even remember that. This is going way back.
We got Liver and Ace still.
Them man there had their little thing going on, but then them man there kind of was parting ways kind of thing because some man weren't on it no more. You know, just the way it goes. As you're growing up as a youth, you take an interest in something and 2-2s, you're not really on it again. So then a couple man that's left now, i.e. me and Scratchy, I'm saying, yo, we might as well just team up. You with me? Because even at the time as well, I was doing my dad's sound and saying, yeah, we're Junior Logic. And man was running with that and they was running with Mega Bass them time there. You remember these times were youths, like, 12, 13, them kind of age there. And then, like I said, when we parted ways, then me and Scratchy just said, yo, link up, boom, boom, boom. But Delray was around him playing sound. Although Delray was my long-time brother from
Delray
long
is
time.
Fire Smart.
Yeah, sorry, Fire Smart.
Let's give it to the government,
No, but you know what? He's
Delray, he tells them.
Suits him, bro.
He's like he was here right now, he'd laugh and say Deli in our belly. That's what he said. them little slogans there, them man are acting more anyway. So everybody probably knows his government more time anyway. But but he's obviously then, as a man with work ethic and all the rest of it as well, he's a man that, you could have on your side. Ready to lift sound. He used to play with Hijack sound from Brixton as well. And so them man has got the same foundations and coming from the same type of place. But like I'm saying, his role is literally like multitasker. If Junior can't make it, he's gonna go and cover and DJ. If I can't make it, he's gonna go there and host. You with me? Or even if we're there same way, he's willing to do whatever. You with me? But if he's not doing that, he's capturing the thing. He's getting the footage. Because the times we're in right now,
I've got some sick footage of my sets
from
Sound Supreme.
That's what I'm
and you
saying.
see the little Sound Supreme, sick. Like I'm
logo
glad he was there.
100%.
Because if he weren't there, nobody would have captured that.
100%. But them man, they're literally, respect to the man. The man is always willing as well to just be there. You with me? Almost one of them man as well that will be there and ask questions later. You with me? If I call him and say, yo, Smarts, we need to rear it. He just be like, alright, cool. What time we linking up? You know that kind of way there, and he's just ready to get on with it, and we'll talk about the rest later. You with me? You know one of them man there.
You need them kind of man in your team.
Boy, what? So what? And then so what? Like sometimes in this game, people know as well that look and they book man. Sometimes something might happen last minute. They want sound last minute. They want man to now cover here or now. Before we go there, we need to go over there and play earlier. Because my man now just wants man to do a set quickly. You with me? And then you got to be willing to, boom, come, we need to move now.
Real thing.
So them man there, like in terms of, like I said, a role, like multitasker of the year, you get me? In terms of anything to do with sound business, like I said, even behind the scenes, he's still, producing when we do things like, if I'm voicing an advert or something for someone, or we're doing effects for a mix CD, or sometimes even when it wants mixing down, I might send the file over to Smarts, and Smarts will nice it up and balance everything, and then send it back and say, yeah, it's ready for the road.
That's sick.
You with me?
I see him even doing comedy videos now.
Yeah.
My man's he's funny.
He's like a blogger.
He's funny.
He's on everything still.
All right. So,
respect to him.
In terms of you guys, what would you say, like ambition wise? Have you reached Like, what's your best booking so far? Like your top booking, most favorite booking, and what would you like to achieve in the coming years as Sound Supreme? So best booking doesn't have to be it's personal to you, innit? Like what's
could
your
be a wedding, could be a funeral, could be
anything. It could be when you got
it's
be
hard
abroad.
to answer that for me.
Yeah.
But Junior might be able to answer it better because in terms of for me, it would probably be more like it's almost hard to answer because some of the vibes that I've held with people from, like I said, all different age groups, and you with me, and I'm nice at some people's parties that ain't here now and all the rest of it. And
Okay, so they mean something to you.
Yeah, even some funerals and all them.
That's what I'm saying. So
like, there's some funerals where you get the vibe nice and it's emotional and all the rest of it. You with me? But then at the same time, there's then when the man flies you out to IB for something. You with me? And you with me? So you can't. But you can't really.
You're right. You're right.
You can't really.
The emotions you feel.
It's hard. You with me?
Different times.
It's it's almost like I don't know because even recently, even this year, it was this year before lockdown, innit? Man done a funeral. I'm not gonna say who, but someone kind of within the industry, and the funeral, the 9 night and the funeral was. When I say nice, I can't even say turn up because it would almost be disrespectful. yeah. But when I say
the vibes
and when you got
the energy
different age groups, like I'm saying, where you got when you when big people they don't even hear the house tune coming in, tutus they're skanking to party hard. In the middle, and then a minute ago it was soca. You with me? And then it's on a mad vibes. You with me? Them kind of energy there, them type of vibes. You can't because for me, them kind of things are almost priceless in a sense. You with me? Because they could go and get any other DJ that's just gonna play tune 1-1 on some dead vibes, rare. Or
when you come to celebrate life properly.
And when I say, and then everyone, when everyone, like the thank you, like I said, the feedback, it's like the whole place, the whole of the family, like everyone is just almost like, feels like worshipping the ground you walk on because of the way how they're thanking you. And the way how
that means a lot.
Touched them and you've almost eased the pain while they was going through that kind of thing. You with me? Because earlier on they just had to do the formal proceedings and then they've come there now, they've eaten the food and then the energy that they've let off. You with me? Them things there for me mean a lot. You with me? But then, then you've got obviously when we've done things for artists as well. Yeah. But then, in terms of the stage that they've put man on, in terms of, you can say, yeah, man.
Like some numbers. So you're right. You're looking at, you can either be on a festival stage looking out and saying, raw, this 20,000 people or 100,000 people, this is a mad feeling. Or you could do someone's funeral and make everyone in there almost just celebrate life, like they're here for the person's birthday as opposed to their funeral, and just celebrate their life. Or someone's wedding, and you know that you put the icing on the cakes. Or just in shutting down a rave, blood, and leaving there feeling like $1 million. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
So, but for you now, what would you say? Do you have anything that stands out in your mind in particular?
In terms of
your favorite booking or your favorite set or anything?
Oh, there's been a couple highlighted sets. Like Carnival gets lit every year. Like you know how Carnival gets lit.
Carnival.
Big
up Volcano.
Volcano. But like even from like my early days of when I started DJing with the sound, like going to Carnival and like watching the whole build up and how it works and how it foresees throughout the whole day. That's an experience within itself. And then getting onto a sound that plays there every year, and getting involved in that. That's been couple carnivals been highlights still.
That's true.
Carnival dope.
Last carnival was Last carnival.
You can't knock Carnival. I'm not gonna lie.
No, Carnival gives a
The
vibe.
stage, the platform that we're on.
Out of all like if I go see like when I go Carnival, these days I'm with a float in it, so I'm normally on the float. But I can't. I go to Carnival. Volcano Sound is where I go in it. I have to go there. That's always where I go. You know what I'm saying? Without fail. 100%. So I hear you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
trust me.
That's the
spot.
The vibes around there over the years. We've been on that sound since when? From Carnival. Last 6 years? Maybe 7 years?
More than that. I don't even know the years exactly.
But
I've been going Carnival like.
Oh yeah, it's true.
I've been man them for like since 2010.
Mad.
Like every year.
That's what when you got the young brain, you remember.
Yeah,
the
you remember
details
things.
a little bit, you get me?
Still.
I'm probably out here thinking about what set
yeah.
time we got. You get me? He's just waiting to the comment when I say come. You get me? But I'm already at the beef. My man around the back.
You see? You see?
I'm playing.
I'm next. I'm next.
I just say Junior, go on. You get me?
What would you say then? So, what's the plans for Sound Supreme, like the next 3 years? All right, let's just pretend the world just opens back up and we're back to normal, like from 2021, like back to normal. What would you say the plans for Sound Supreme are, like the short term, couple year plan?
I would say definitely to do like another event in terms of in the name of Sound Supreme, whether that's an anniversary, whether that's just a party or some, whatever it may be, but something that is solely in the name of Sound Supreme. I feel like it's definitely well overdue. It's something that I feel like a lot of people are kind of waiting for as well. A lot of people would be if I said boom, it's our thing where they're kind of ready to kind of even some people that don't even rave that much and might put on their dancing shoes. You with me? So that would be something that definitely would have to be in the pipeline. Another thing as well, a part of me is for radio, but when we talk about radio, no disrespect to anyone that's on the radio, but I feel like they got a lot of people on a lot of radio slots that in my eyes are not almost, I'm not knocking anyone's, but I feel like there's a lot of room on mainstream radio stations for people that are actually out there and are actually doing this thing
in the club.
and in the clubs and are actually entertaining people live in their face. You with me?
So you're talking about DJ versus presenter. They haven't got enough DJs or sounds. They just got a load of presenters.
You with me? So it's almost like maybe they need to start putting some real DJs with some real presenters, because man might not necessarily be classed as a real presenter, but man know that man a big selector. You get me? So why can't man be on that kind of platform? So in terms of radio as well, it's probably not something that man is pursuing in maybe as much as we could be, but in terms of obviously getting guest mix on, and those type of things, big up Capital, I don't even want to name them because you man do your thing and they're now big way up. So, but there's mainstream radio stations that we've been on fairly recently. Like I said, credit to Junior G, always ready and on putting that mix together, and it's got to get.
I'm sure I see you post. You was on about 3 in 1 week or something.
Yeah, I done something.
Oh, you're dying in it. I see you post, bro.
I done a couple.
You done a few in like a short
Very
space.
short space of time.
Two in a month.
So
2 in a month, innit? Yeah, I knew I saw something that was like, man.
So so we're trying to push that as well, obviously, and get out there on the mainstream in that kind of way. But the hopes would be that maybe we could secure something. And when I say we, maybe even if it's not Sound Supreme as a collective, maybe, I don't know, the Mr. G maybe goes on there as a host presenter, or they get Junior G on there as an next.
But either way,
I would be trying to, do you know what I mean? But at the same time as well, I suppose the downside to some of them as well is the way obviously their playlists sometimes run. So then if you're then too restricted as well, man's going to be like, I want this.
Oh yeah,
What kind of, you get me? I want to go out there and bust this tune this week. You get me? They're telling you, no, that can't fit in the playlist. You with me?
But it's about getting the name. So you just want to put yourself in the right places.
In the right places in terms of as well. But you know what that does as well? It gives some, a lot of the right radio stations are paying man wages as well. You with me? And at the end of the day, in this thing here, man need to get paid, innit?
Man's
You with me?
Man's got to eat.
And one of the things that I don't like about the game, or winds me up about the game, should I say, is basically the amount of money that man charge and all the rest of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that's a whole next story.
You with me? That's a whole next story, as
But the game dictates the game, innit? And the players of the game are dictating it, and the man them don't charge enough.
Exactly.
The man them don't value themselves enough.
Big up, man out there have to raise up their thing.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's about having. There need to be a minimum standard.
100%.
Do you get what I'm saying?
100%.
But that minimum standard can't be. This is the problem. Who we spoke about DJ council. Who can be in the DJ council? Who's qualified? Because there's a price that needs to be paid. But that price won't suit everybody. But who's to say is who's in what band?
Or if a man then goes and undercuts it, what's his consequence?
Do you get what I'm saying? There's the game needs policing.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
But it is what it is. You just gotta kind of get your worth, know your worth and stick to it.
Trust me.
And be prepared to turn some shit down.
So I hear you. But I feel like, depending on where you are, if you know your worth and you feel like you want to stick to it, it's almost like the game and the people that love you almost force you out because they don't necessarily want to support you. So then
I'm going to tell you something. I'm testament, yeah. You do your thing, you get your fan base.
The right people.
Yeah, you can do what you, not what you want, but like you can dictate your thing.
Yeah.
My terms is my terms. So you see, if I get booked for an event, there ain't a I'm paying you this. It's we negotiate. See, if I do weekenders, my deal with the weekender promoter is my deal. It's not the standard deal because I'm not a fucking travel agent.
100%.
If you know what you're gonna get with me,
100%.
you know what you're gonna get with me. But I'm not saying I've always been like that because I had to play the game.
Yeah, 100%.
But once I'm in there, so look, I do. So boom, let's look at it like this. Yeah, I do Barbados 2010, and I do all of the stuff that they want me to do. I sell, I take small P's, I do everything. But I go there and I shell, and I do my thing 10 days or whatever, or 3 days, and I do my fucking thing. See, 2011, people are saying, "What? Where's that DJ?" You get what I'm saying? Even if I went back 2011 and done the same thing, it doesn't matter. Because you see, 2013, 14, 15, I am wanted. You get what I'm saying? I'm required. Demand, supply and demand. They are demanding me. So you got to supply me, but here what? These are my terms, fam. This is my P's. This is what I don't do. This is what I will not do. And I need my own room, and I need transfer, and you get me. You got to pay you got to give me half money now, and now I sell nothing. But you have to get to that level. You cannot just be like that. You get what I'm saying? And this is, as you were saying earlier, when you were out, boom, Sound Supreme, let us play. Then it was like, boom, Sound Supreme, we need to get paid. You get what I'm saying? It's the exact same thing. You just have to take more of a stance. Yo, G, I want you lot on the dance, but I've only got bills. You say, brother, you know me and you are good, but our bills ain't cutting it. So, unfortunately, this time, I got to leave it. That would make the man say, raw. You know what? Real thing. All right, G. Cool. What are you telling me? Boom, give me 2 bills. Fuck it. All right, cool, come. What you've done is you've showed him, this is what I'm about. This is how serious I am. No one, because even if I was the promoter and I said, what? Sounds like people charging a bill. Fuck that. They're not taking the bills. Fuck that. Cool. And I call up fucking Curtain Sound. And I say, yo, Curtain Sound, boom. I got bills. And they're like, yeah, I'll take the bills. Then they come and then they fuck up my dance. When people are saying, wow, that was a bit, why did you call Curtain Sound? I'd be like, right, you know what? I was originally going to call Sound Supreme, but I didn't want to pay them. That stings. You trust me. When the man promoters, 100%. They all feel that when their dance flops for whatever reason, they know why, and they're at home knowing why. They will come back. So just stick to your guns. You know what you're worth. You know what you want to do, and then you get me. Just leave that. Then do it there. Quickly, just before we wrap it up. Yeah, as I said, you guys are definitely. For the silent disco, you lot are top book sound. You lot Duppy. I don't think you ever lost one, did you?
No, we got disqualified technically.
You got
but everyone knew we won. So
the remix
or something.
Yeah. That was in the grand, didn't it?
No, I don't think it was before that.
Oh yeah. Oh, the remix. Yeah, because you know what it was. It was basically the remixes.
Yeah.
Were not like
we still won the round.
Yeah, you definitely by the crowd. But rules are rules, innit? And whatever the remix was, I think it's like the cross-genre remix was difficult. But yeah, you like definitely was the top sound there. 100% top sound. But the last thing that I wanted to ask you, lot, before I don't know if Fats has got something. We got a game show to play with you, lot. I don't know if you're gonna be up for it.
Yeah. It's looking like a 12 zip.
I don't know if you're gonna be up for it.
Mr. G,
I'll take on Mr. G if anything. But
you can jump in still.
Yeah, I'll take on Mr. G.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
If you're up for it,
I'm a music man. Yeah, I just confessed this as well on camera. But I'm not gonna say I'm that terrible with artists and songs, but maybe I am.
Yeah.
But you see, even sometimes listening to songs and the words, I'm one of them people that will make up the lyrics, and then 6 months into listening to the song, I'll then listen to it again and say, and these times, people be running up to me in the dance saying, "I'll play this song," and you know this song, and I'm like, yeah. But as well, again, credit to Junior G. I don't actually the current stuff. Like I'm still organising a playlist and in my own library, but the current music and that, credit to him, he sources all of that stuff, and then Big Bro can just come and get a copy. You hear me when I'm ready. Only because my laptop don't go out like that as well. You hear me? But I just have to keep it up to date just in case. So when man's ready to split. You with me?
That's love. That's love. What I wanted to ask here was it was kind of music related still, but it was gonna be your top 3 songs of all time, like that for you as a music man. When you hear them, you're like, yeah, this is me. That any genre, like, but yeah, my tune this. Guaranteed to get me in my zone. You get me? What would you say your top 3 songs are?
That's a good question. There's so much music out there. That's a very good question. Make sure you're thinking about this one as well. There's going to be 2 different genres. You see, one thing about me when people ask me about my favourite songs, I'm kind of, I don't know if you could call it a disadvantage. I wouldn't call it a disadvantage, but the way how reggae music was drummed into my head as a youth, like there's not one Sunday that passes where reggae music is not getting played somewhere around me. You with me? I'm that you, like literally, and it's like it's in my soul. So even if like, depending on how I'm feeling, I suppose 9 times out of 10, it's reggae music I'm gonna go towards. Or if I want to get hype, I might go to something more dance or bashy. But at the same time as well, I might even sometimes go deeper than reggae and go revival. You with me?
Sick.
Or like, or maybe even some, some souls and some rare grooves even certain times.
So it's a big people thing, really.
You with me? So my thing's gonna probably fall into that bracket. But I suppose if I had to say top 3 songs, it's hard.
That's a tricky one still.
What about art?
Or just name a tune that gets you. Because I'll say mine. You see, Buju Banton and Destiny.
Yeah.
Gets me, bro. From I was a kid. The song just gets me. You get what I'm saying? I love it. Like, I can sing it word for word. And I don't know, man. It just hit me. When I was a youngster and that came out, it just hit me. I was like, bro, this is actually a tune, bro. Untold Stories and Destiny, that same time, those 2 tunes, they hit me. And it get me.
So I don't know, I suppose one for me would be what? Maybe Barrett and Levy, She's Mine.
Yeah, mad.
Them tune there that get me kind of ready for the day. You get me? As the beat drops, you get me? It's like, man's kind of on that kind of vibe. But then if, I suppose as well, do you know our next one that always, that, and I'm not even a religious man, but My God Is Real, Tony Curtis.
Mad.
You with me? That's the next tune for me where I suppose growing up and when you hear that tune there drop as well, especially on a real sound system as well, the vibes and the energy that comes from it.
That's a good song.
Is different. You with me? And it's not something that man would necessarily draw for every day, or you're gonna go and hear in a club. Or
it's not like a banger, but it's got a solid song.
You get what I mean? That it's not, I suppose, more mainstream. I suppose you get me. Some of them are, there's tunes out there that obviously are not out there as much as some others. You with me? And to me, it's kind of like it's sometimes a lot of those I've well, I might as well say one more now, innit? But I'm trying to think because the next one for me is why is the tune going up my head? It's either like a Mobb Deep, Streets Raise Me, like one of them type of, because I suppose growing up, it's more like, man used to listen to American rap before the UK rappers are doing their thing and all the rest of it. You with me? So the hip hop that man used to listen to would be more them, that kind of era. You with me?
That's mad.
Yeah. And it's them tune there that when I want to get on the vibes, I'll probably go back to still.
Yeah. What are you saying, G? Little G? Young G?
Yes. My musical taste is like very similar, obviously, like from my young age, and I'm very versatile with the music I listen to like UK music. Obviously, that's very homegrown, but then obviously I was heavily raised as well, like upon reggae music as well, innit? So my reggae influence is also deep through that. So
these are my. Remember, it's about songs that just hit you. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that Destiny is the best song ever.
Yeah, man's like a singing sweet. when I see you smile,
Yeah.
innit? Like when I hear that.
Yeah, it gets you.
Youth, bring back the youth. Man
Yeah.
was in a, get me, man was in a under 18s and you know what I'm saying? You know, all of that, like I just,
That's where you get your first relapse in them.
it brings back all of the energy from, you know what I'm saying, or Bogle or, you know, them kind of tunes where
It's not my best.
no,
song
but it's one of
Because
them
even
where,
me, man, grow on slow jams as well. So there's some song back in the day, man got some crab tooth. And man could say, you get it, back in the day when wallpaper was scrubbing up. Yeah, man could say that them tunes there were man's favourite. Because what was going on, why them tunes there was playing.
I remember, you know, I remember, you know, Get Out, Changing Faces.
Yeah, man.
I was in Ceesix, Streatham, under 18s. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah.
junior jams or what of them.
One of them, yeah. This must have been.
Oh,
This must have been 99.
Yeah, it's not a
You get
joke.
me?
It's not
And
a
I was
joke,
in
it's
there,
real.
slow jam come on, wind up with this gal. And I remember, you know why I remember? Because I was trying to dance with her the whole night. Not like that little, but like nervous. So I'm doing the edge towards her, but then coming back. Edge towards her, coming back.
Yeah.
You get me? My brethren are there. I'm like, wow. I said, right, you want that? Nah. It's not even like that. You get me? Slow jams come on. I was thinking, fuck it. I grabbed that song's called Get Out. I'm thinking in my head, I think she's gonna say it to me.
Yeah.
But it's on it, like slow jam, dipping, trying to copy my parents to that. You know, like dip.
Come on,
You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah, blood. So that song resonates with me. You get me? But so what's your what tunes you know, boom, get you?
I like a bit of Tupac still, Keep Your Head Up.
Yeah, sick song.
And them tunes.
Big.
Yeah, it's a big tune still.
That is a fucking monster.
It's a big tune still.
Yeah, them tune like upliftment songs. Reggae. Say a bit of Remain Virgo, Love Doctor.
Bad boy tune. Love Doctor, yeah.
I'm gonna start singing in a minute.
Love
Tune
Doctor.
McKay sing and then on background music can't play. I'm not gonna sing out.
Love Doctor is on, what's that? The automatic rhythm, innit?
Yeah.
Big rhythm.
Yeah.
Big rhythm. That.
Mad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love Doctor's
that
a
piece
big
there
tune, you know.
is
I'm not gonna
sick,
lie.
bro.
That's
It's a wicked song.
I'm not gonna lie. That's a big tune.
Yeah, big. And the last one?
Last one. Boy. You know what it is, yeah, the bashment thing. I love bashment as well.
Yeah.
I've never said it like dance was
Come
mad
on.
right now.
Come on. You can't forget it. It's real, isn't it? You get me? What tune out of that genre as well?
Right now. Yeah, right now. Yeah. Like Prince Wani, Catch 22.
Yeah, big tune.
Mad.
That's why it's
Mad.
Right
Says
now.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Everybody gonna start
You're showing so much range.
Yeah, versatility.
Range.
still.
And that's why I said about you being young. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like,
Yeah.
Tupac, that tune there, it doesn't
Exactly.
hit youngsters. It's not a young song. And Remain Virgo, that's a big, even though it's
That's a
modern,
big- yeah,
it's a
come on.
big tune.
a
And
big
even
tune.
and even that, like you never went with there's a million and one thousand tunes that you could have gone for.
That's true.
But that there, nah man, it's good range, bro. Good range.
100%.
Sound Supreme. It's been a long time coming. Thank you for passing through.
Definitely.
We
Wait,
usually
done already?
yeah, boy, you know what?
We
We
just said, "God, Junior, just how we a cop now."
Junior just waking up. We could have literally. Let me tell you what it is. We could have easily come in here and done a podcast and just spoke about 100%, 100%.
And bringing the man,
And bringing the rest of the man. We definitely got to have.
Yeah,
But
man.
like literally, what we usually do is we usually have conversations about whatever's happening, and we just kind of just all put our 2 pence in. Do you get what I'm saying? But obviously, you lot have been doing your thing. I like the journey that you lot on, and I hope that you lot get what you deserve. You get me? So I wanted to make it more of an interview style to kind of find out a bit more about who you are and let the people them know who you are. You get me? So
definitely.
you definitely welcome to come back. No weed on the way up next time. Yeah.
Fire that Junior's
Nah, Junior's my brother.
I'm teaching us. I'm gonna do them things.
Keep working, you know. I'll cut that out. Don't worry. I'll cut that out. Don't worry. I'm not gonna be here. I'll cut that out. But I cut that out. But yeah,
Man, we can't
you definitely.
Because I signed myself.
No. For me, if you said that, yeah, if it's gonna mess up anything, all right. Say no. But yeah. But you definitely are more than welcome to come back. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
Deck 1, Deck 2. We do have the quiz coming up, and you know what? Fuck it. It's
dreading
gonna be
this.
funny. It's gonna be funny.
dreading
Junior, you gotta stay in the quiz.
dreading this.
No, Junior's in the
He's
quiz.
gotta be in the
but
quiz,
The
man.
thing is,
I was dreading this, you know. He should be confident. I'm
he
dead at
should
this.
get them. I reckon he's gonna get them still.
gonna
I reckon
get them.
I reckon he's gonna get them still.
I will say this: Junior G, right now, is a sick young DJ. Like I don't hold you now.
You know, I can't even bear up my age.
All right,
too.
say no more.
Are you going to get him a range?
Early 20, early 20.
Yeah.
It's like
Mid
early
20s.
20, 25? Anyway,
You got the gal I'm just
either way, I've known him from he was a young man, and he's always kept it chill. You get what I'm saying? He's never been disrespectful. I don't like disrespectful people. He's always kept it real, and he's been humble and done his thing. And I've got enough time for you. You, my brother, got a lot of time for you. As I said, real recognize real. You know, like I never took offense. But I took it in. And I tell them
he always
stories.
talks about it.
You know, I talk about it.
Someone happens. If I don't go check C6 to that.
You know what? You see
I'm
the thing
surprised
is
I
though,
got
yeah?
the invite still. Cause
You see the thing is,
he thought I was gonna come in and teeth the microphone.
He went to school. He went to school near me. So
Aye.
I've known him.
Aye.
So seeing him in the music game,
Yeah.
it already. That's how he is, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But where certain man, obviously, you don't know him.
Yeah,
You're gonna
that's
see,
not a
wow,
joke.
is that?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's not
My
smooth.
Francis family
No,
He's not
different.
smooth. He's not smooth.
Let me tell you
know what I'm
why. Let me tell you why I talk about this all the time. Because he's not smooth,
saying? Yeah.
and he put his arm around me,
He gave me the thing.
and
the tool, man. The tool,
made
man.
I was probably drinking, so I was probably
He
put a bit of weight on it. or something.
he made
Well,
me
like, man,
feel
put a lot of
tiny.
lead on it, you get
He
me?
made me feel tiny, like not like I felt short and small. But I was saying, this was a good test of character. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, innit?
It's leaning up on you.
Yeah, so I'm like, brother. He's like, oh, well, I'm next. I'm like, I'm not even giving him eye contact. I'm not giving him no time. I'm strengthening up myself a bit. You get me? And I'm saying, no, I'm just telling the story, innit? So I'm like, whatever, innit? Whatever. You're not next, bro. It's me. And I'm just, but I'm saying, bro, I'm giving him the energy that he's giving me, but I didn't know where it was going, innit? Got a bridge and I can see my dog in the crowd. You get me? I'm good, innit?
Got me, yeah.
I'm good, like you get me, man. But he was cool. But I'm never gonna let it live it down because
Yeah, no,
he
shouldn't.
done it.
Yeah.
And to me, that was straight away. That showed me hunger. You get what I'm saying? Couple years later, obviously, the weekend is a bit. It's not even set in a way where any man can just get in. Like they kind of have like a closed door, so it's not even a merit thing sometimes. To who you know, you get me. So my bringing was even mad. So couple years later, the same thing happened again.
Is it?
Yeah, same thing happened again.
What? No way.
We'll talk about that another day. But yeah, the same time.
No way.
Yeah, the
What,
same
me
thing.
again?
You, MJ, you get me. And the wickedest thing, I know it's not from a bad place. I got time for him, bro. You get what I'm saying? And he doesn't think that I got time for him.
No,
You know,
no, 100%
or at the
do.
or before. Now you do.
No, 100%.
Now you do, but before
Yeah.
you didn't think. But I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna make him think that. You get me?
I got like one. I got one.
Fiona used to say, like, let's book Sound Supreme. Like, we're putting on our dances, book Sound Supreme. I'm like, all right, cool. And I was like, no problem. You get me? But I'm not calling them first. I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna CG, and then I'm gonna. What are you saying? They get me, and then just because all right, cool. You've got one up on me. I'm gonna get one back on you. But we always book them. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah.
No, respect to C as well, man. And trust me, because C's been supporting man for a long time now as well. I'm not gonna lie. And they say, you know, like he said, real recognize real, innit? And there was nothing in particular that made him have to say, yo, you know what, come you, man. You get me? And I'm not gonna lie, for the longest now. Yeah, so big up Fiona, yeah, because she's really the plug.
She's there for 100. She put it out there from early. She's like, Sound Supreme. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Let's do it. Because I didn't, as I said, I couldn't place you in my mind.
No,
Like, but she was like, I've heard them. They're good. Let's book them. I hadn't heard you lot do a whole set. I think I've run in somewhere and seen you lot play a bit, and then it done.
It's funny that as well though, because just to say, like a lot of DJs don't take all night bookings, and the amount of all night places that we go, especially in and around the way, you know, like family things or where we're doing the whole night, and you know, not blowing our own trumpet, but 9 times out of 10 it goes well. You with me? And it's like there's not, but obviously, like I said, it's the right people being in there, and the chances of someone else kind of being in there or passing through is slim. But a lot of men don't take them bookings. Some men only go to a club for an hour, but you've heard them play 10 times. You get me? And these times, the longest set they ever do is an hour. You've heard them bare times because they're getting mainstream sets or whatever anywhere, and it just so happens.
They're sprinters.
It's weird how you can be out there almost putting in so many hours to the game, but still go unheard. You with me? It's a funny thing. It's a funny thing. But yeah, you man, big up yourselves as well. Still,
good,
you lot
man.
are doing
It's
your
all
damn thing. The podcast thing's a good look right now.
Say no more.
You know,
Have you not got like a message? Because we got like we're up and coming DJs. So
Yeah, man.
DJs starting out. So if you got like a message for any up and coming DJs, obviously you're a bit younger. You might have something that you know what I mean. You might want to give a younger DJ something where they can, you know what I mean, look at it and say, that's a bit of advice from.
Yeah, hey.
I'll just say, host, whatever, DJ, host, whatever.
Yeah, DJ, because DJ, enough people don't know as well, Mr. G can do a little thing, and I'm a selector and the role that I play as well. And a big part of it as well, just to say, not to take any credit away from obviously Junior, but a big part of it as well, especially in the beginning days as well, why I feel like it works so well, is that it's almost like I could put my mind into his and he would kind of follow it, if that makes sense. Not on no follower thing, but on a thing of, you got me in this dance. There's bare big people in there. I'm 16 years old. You get me? And I'm in this dance where it's supposed to be over 25.
Share with a dance.
And then I'm just saying to him, like, cool, do boom, 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 boom. Or what should I do now? And I'll just be like, bam, one idea as well. You know, one idea, then he's good. He's like, yeah, all right, I'm cool now.
He knows the lane. He knows the lane to go down.
So in terms of when we're in a party in the role that I'm playing, you know, I'm not going to say as much now because obviously he knows how to pattern it now. You with me? It's embedded in him. But I'm in there hosting and whatever as well, but also being the selector in terms of what way we're going to take this party. You with me? Or what we need to do to get the reaction out of this party and to make people really all jump in the vibes. You with me? So because I've been playing that as well, that role, I suppose when it is a time for me to do a little thing or rare, I've got a little
you got something in your locker.
something under my locker as well. You with me? So, you know, but to anyone coming up, I suppose, younger DJs or whatever, what I would say to them is obviously playlist, yeah? I can't stress how much about playlist in terms of even if you're not playing out, like, because playlists are a thing that, in my opinion, it's like an open document. It's like a CV. Anything you do, obviously you need to add to your CV. A playlist, it's never ending work. It's worse than a CV because you can forever be organising songs, downloading songs, and then the key thing is to put them in the right place so you then know where they are. What that would then do as well, when you balance your playlist into a certain way, it allows you to almost not think as much as well when you're in the heat of the moment. So sometimes, you know, if I'm on my own, especially, yeah, because there's times when, like I said, all night bookings, I might start a booking and Junior or Smarts or whatever, they're on their own thing initially, so they're coming late. But say I'm there from, I don't know, 2 o'clock or something, and it's a christening, and it's getting to 7, 8 o'clock. It's turn-up time, innit? And for me, if my playlist ain't organised in a certain way, where my head goes, because remember, I'm trying to hold mic as well, I'm trying to interact with the people. But then now, I've already balanced the party, so to speak, in terms of stayed away from certain songs, because I know the man there's coming. You with me? But then it will get to a certain time where I'm almost needing that assistance because my playlist ain't patterned in a certain way in terms of the newer stuff. So the older stuff, when I'm building the thing and the classics and all the rest of it, them playlists are kind of more got down to a T. Not that I 100% have to rely on them because you still have to think obviously on the spot and on your feet. Because just because you got the playlist, it don't mean that I can play out this whole playlist and this dance is going to turn up. You better know when to play certain songs out of that playlist and when to switch it. You with me? In order not to bore people. So playlist for me to a DJ up and coming is something as well that you can consistently do now before you're even out there in the mainstream. But what it then means is if you are ever put on in a position where it's time for you to do your thing, you have your list and you have certain tunes there ready and you know that tune's going to go with that one. These ones are the sing-alongs and you know how to capture that crowd or that audience, whatever you're faced with. You with me? Obviously, as long as you play that type of genre of music. So for me, that would be number one still.
Right, cool. What were you saying?
DJing equipment, making sure that you've got good DJing equipment and just getting plenty practicing, innit? Just practice sessions is crucial. Like, I'm a person, I love to mix, like I'm always practicing mixes. Sometimes I feel like, that you can't ever stop practicing. That's one of them,
that's true.
One of those ones. Like,
There's always something to learn, isn't it?
Yeah, there's always room to learn. So, yeah, just get good DJing equipment, just plenty of practice sessions in.
And put yourself on SoundCloud.
100.
You get me?
Mixcloud.
Get your workout, man.
Yeah.
Right, Fats, do your wrap up, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, big up Sound Supreme for coming through. This will be on SoundCloud, so soundcloud.com/FatsOfficialUK. And it'll be on YouTube, youtube.com/Deck1Deck2. So make sure you check that out. Like, subscribe, follow.
All of that.
Hit the buttons,
All
tell
of
a
that.
friend,
Don't
share
forget Sound
it.
Supreme
You get me?
ENT.
And yeah.
Big up Ceesix, big up Fats.
You got the socials.
Big up the
as well.
socials.
Instagram at Sound Supreme ENT, Twitter, Facebook at Sound Supreme ENT. Big up the followers. SoundCloud.
SoundCloud bangs. Alright, people, bless.
Yeah, man. Big up.
Respect, peeps.